Okay, for this video, I'm going to pull out the meat and potatoes of this new Virginia housing program, the $10,000 Community Heroes Grant. So, first thing, it's for $10,000. It's a grant, not a loan. That means it does not have to be paid back. It is just a gift from Virginia Housing for eligible first-time home buyers that work in a field that is eligible for this Community Heroes Grant. These fields are educators, law enforcement, firefighter, first responder, military personnel, healthcare workers. Some examples of jobs within these fields are school teachers, bus drivers, janitors, cafeteria workers, admin, the nurse, the preschool teacher, an employee of an after-school care facility. We've got police officers, firefighters, emergency dispatchers, 911 operators, admin for the law enforcement agency or fire department. They qualify for this grant. Healthcare workers, you've got nurses, CNAs, LPNs, RNs, personal care assistants employed by a licensed medical agency, medical lab technicians, ultrasound technicians, social workers, including clinical social workers, mental health social workers, and medical social workers, and then other healthcare professionals involved in patient care and support. So other healthcare professionals involved in patient care support is a lot of other people who work in healthcare that would be eligible for this grant. Keep in mind, if there is more than one borrower, only one of the borrowers are required to be an employee or retiree of one of these occupations. So this is also for people who are currently retired from any positions within these categories. If you used to and you're a retired RN or a retired police officer, military, if you're a veteran, they also qualify if you were once employed within these categories and you are retired from that. Let's see. These are going to be for the bond loans. So you have to get approved for a Virginia housing bond loan, and that is across the board. That's available for conventional, FHA, VA, and RHS, which is rural housing, or USDA. So you can have any of those loan types, but they have to be the bond, which have different guidelines and income eligibility. That's what differentiates them. Another great thing is that this grant can be stacked with some of the other programs that Virginia Housing has, which our Spark is a rate reduction. It's a 1% rate reduction for VA and USDA eligible members. First Home Dream is for first-time home buyers that are first-generation home buyers. So neither they nor their parents or children have had any kind of ownership interest in real estate. That gives them a 2% rate reduction. And then the plus second mortgages, these are second mortgages that are taken out to help with down payment. And then there's also an option that helps with the down payment and the closing cost. This is eligible to be used in combination with this grant. And then you have the other two grants that are offered at Virginia Housing, the down payment assistance grant and the closing cost assistant grant. So these can be stacked all together where you get this $10,000 grant and you get a little bit of extra money. There is a caveat. The borrower cannot get any money back at closing besides what they already put in. I think that is listed somewhere. You can't get any cash back besides like your earnest money deposit or right here. So the grant's $10,000, it can't be less. Borrower cannot receive cash back at closing beyond verified earnest money deposit and any fees paid outside of closing. So that would be like if you paid for your appraisal upfront, you can get that money back if there was cash back at closing. Let's see. Okay, income types or income limits. This goes by the Virginia Housing bond income limits, and it includes all household members. So if you have adult children living in the home, then we're going to have to count them and their income as well, even if they are not on the loan. The income limits for Virginia Housing This is the bond program. Again, these are all the bond programs. So we would follow this section of information. We're in Hampton Roads, but you can see all the other Virginia major cities and all other areas here. But we're going to look at Hampton Roads here. We're going to come over. If there are two or fewer people, so one or two people living in the home, the max income combined is 121,000. If there is three people or more, so three people or 10 people living in the home, we have to count all of the income, and it cannot be more than $141,000 a year. And then there's also a sales price limit, so you cannot purchase a home that is more than $575,000 in Norfolk, Virginia Beach, Newport News, pretty much the Hampton Roads area. So that is the nitty gritty and the meat potatoes of this new grant that Virginia Housing just came out with. If you have any questions or want to see if and what your potential pre-approval would look like using this grant and maybe some of the other programs offered by Virginia Housing, I would love to set up a time to chat. Otherwise, happy holidays, have a great weekend, and I look forward to talking with you soon.